We'll get a quick shot of the drum machine anyway, shall we?
There's a bit of technology
Yeah,
there. It's
yeah.
tagged on the end.
Yeah.
Roland B drums.
One for Roland there.
Yeah, this is obviously a bit simpler this side.
Yeah, this is David's setup. Quadricent, which I've always really loved them.
Yeah.
I don't think they were too popular in general, with people,
Yeah.
but I've always really liked it. There's a few sounds in there which are absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So we use that for a lot of the big low-end string stuff.
Is it mainly strings from this side? It's a paddy, patchy.
Mainly, yeah.
Yeah.
Not entirely, but
Yeah.
mainly. Again, the virus is here.
Yeah.
D550, that's doing all your polymood type things again.
Yeah.
Again, it's all variations of big string types.
Yeah.
And all the very, very low end stuff, the big heavy weight and power
Yeah.
comes from this side. So
Yeah.
it can be quite simple to be
Yeah.
honest. And I say before, what Aid's doing over there is much
Yeah.
more the melody line.
Yeah.
or instrument stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a fairly simple setup, all of it tied into these, so
Yeah.
they play their own sounds on the trigger these.
Yeah.
It's pretty
On here we got.
more simple mix up there.
Yeah.
And just got this actually. We did used to have stuff in here,
Yeah.
but as the set's progressed and certain songs have been taken out, we've actually dropped off quite a lot of
Yeah.
people before. We had more D550s, I think we had an M1 on this side,
Yeah.
a couple of big samplers, S5000 we were running, but that's
Yeah.
all gone now.
Yeah.
It might come back, but at the moment it's gone. We don't need that.
I mean, well, so you've simplified it for general touring as well, not just for.
We toned it down quite a bit for the Jagged tour.
Yeah.
Because so much of Jagged was done on the virus.
Yeah.
So we got 2 viruses in, and that took probably 50-60% of what we were playing live, maybe more than that actually.
Yeah.
We stopped using sampling because we just didn't have a need for it. So the 2 samplers from here, one from the other side, were taken away immediately.
Yeah.
And a few other bits and little bits and bobs here and there were taken away.
Yeah.
But you need to look at what you're doing, what songs you're playing, and what kit you need. And anything you don't need, get rid of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't want to be carrying gear around, especially if you're going overseas and you've got to freight
Yeah.
stuff from one place to another.
Yeah.
You want to get the weight down as little as possible.
What about all the old sort of drum machine sounds and things like that? Where are they coming from for this? Have you? I mean, because there's a couple of little loopy things and stuff like that. Have you just stuck them onto tape or?
Little bits, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got. I mean, A's got the main DAT player over there.
Yeah.
Little things like that.
Yeah.
The thing about that, you say, I mean, a lot of the stuff in Telekon would be like CR78 and
Yeah.
and all that really old geometry stuff. Well, you're talking what 25, 30-year-old technology.
Yeah.
But something just got to go boom, boom. What's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
What's the point in trying to worry about?
Yeah.
Or worrying about whether it's going to work
Yeah.
each night? Much better to just stick it on that. You're not playing it. You know,
Yeah.
what's the difference between pressing the go button for a drum machine or
Yeah.
pressing the play button on the DAT?
Yeah.
You might as well put it on a thing that's going to work every night
Yeah.
rather than something and it isn't. If you're not playing it, you're not playing it.
Have you always had a sort of pragmatic approach to live touring and the live sound?
Well,
then really.
because I've always been technology based, you learn, and I was there right in the early days when it was really flaky.
Yeah.
You learn, well I've learned anyway, that the most important thing is to make sure that the audience get to hear the songs they want to hear every night.
Yeah.
And if you've got a bit of equipment which is forever breaking down, you can't rely on it getting through a gig.
Yeah.
You certainly can't rely on it getting through a tour. It's no use to you.
Yeah.
It's like having a racing car that breaks down every time on lap 15. What's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
So get something else.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to anything that isn't going to be played. If you've got something where you're going to trigger a machine, a drum machine or a sampler, whatever it might be, if you're not going to play it, why have it? Why
Yeah.
bring all that technology and all that complexity if you can DAT it? So for simple drum loops and things like that, or other little noises, things that go, just silly little production noises you put on records, isn't it? Anything like that, where we don't have enough hands to play it, stick it on the DAT and just run it in the background. Other people would bring on laptops. We've done that a bit. Can't really rely on them.
Yeah.
I've seen other people with fairly big computer systems set up on stage, and I've seen no end of people that do that have no end of trouble
Yeah.
with it. Things crashing.
Yeah.
I mean, I got G5 sits at home, never moves in a beautifully temperature controlled room. Still goes wrong.
Yeah.
Still crashes 2 or 3 times per day.
Yeah.
Doing something it was designed to do in a perfect environment.
Yeah.
How can you expect that kind of technology to come out on the road with all the smoke and the banging about and your local road crew throwing it in and
Yeah.
as these things happen? You can't expect it to work reliably. And you're going to have several thousand people going,
Yeah.
What's happened?
It-
Are we going to be 30 minutes late going on? 'cause the
It's a
G5's
laugh the
crap?
first time it breaks. You know, maybe have a laugh, but if it's constant throughout the gig, then nobody's.
I don't see the point of it. If you're not playing it,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What is playing it?
Yeah.
You know, we've got a 6-piece band. Everyone is very, very busy. Everyone's playing their stuff. I'm playing a little bit. I'm doing some guitar. You know, everyone is busy throughout the
Yeah.
whole set. So it's not as if we're miming.
Yeah.
Everyone is really, really busy. All the little bits and pieces going in the background. Rather than put them onto a sequencer, I'll put them onto a DAC.
And he plays cams on, play along to them.
Everything's all
Yeah, yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
on ears.
Yeah.
So I think guitar and bass this tour have gone onto wedges and with
Yeah.
our ears. But
Yeah.
as a role, we're an in-ear band.
So just to sort of digress slightly there, how was touring back, you know, when you were doing this originally then? I mean, what kind of, because you were playing big shows then, weren't you? I mean,
Massively.
yeah.
Wembley and places like that.
I mean, in terms of equipment then, was it a fairly simple setup on stage?
No, it was quite complex. We had 22 synthesizers on the Telekon Tour. A lot of that was duplicated. You know, 2 mini moves here, 2 over there, 2 down the front, 2 polys here, 2 there. A lot of it was because you couldn't, if you're playing one sound in this one, you can't just press a patch button and jump to another sound instantaneously. You wanted to do a different sound, you'd have to have another keyboard.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was because of that. It gave you a certain amount of redundancy because it did go wrong all the time.
Yeah.
That was really the main reason for it, to try to keep some kind of feeble reliability going.
Yeah.
But it was always a problem, and because you didn't have the capabilities of the machinery that we have now.
Yeah. And bass-wise, was it bass guitar or was it?
Very similar to this, actually.
Yeah.
We had a drummer, 2 keyboard players, a guitar player, and a bass player.
Yeah.
With me at the front. In fact, it's an identical lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you playing much then, or by then were you kind of a front man?
No, mainly singing.
Yeah.
But, I had a couple of instrumental songs in those days, and I'd
Yeah.
join in on some of those.
Yeah.
A little bit. I had a bigger setup than this now. I think I had a couple of mini moves and a poly at
Yeah.
the front of the drum riser. On
Yeah.
one of the tours, the early tour.
Yeah. Yeah.